Hello. Once again, it's a pleasure to come your way with the teacher. You want to thank God for your lives and all the contributions and the comments and the callings and encouraging words. We love you and we do appreciate you very much.
So much.
Thank you. This afternoon, we want to discuss a very simple topic, and as usual, the teacher is here to help us understand certain things. My question to the teacher this afternoon is very simple. It's an observation that some things I've observed, and I want him to help me understand, and maybe it will also help you along the line. Teacher, in the beginning of every relationship, you realize that, we are all over each other. We love each other. We want to hear from each other. We are like, I can't do anything without this person, or hearing from the person. For 1 minute, you want to write a WhatsApp message or call, and you want to find out how the person is doing. You are always happy, even when you hear the person's name. But then this develops into marriage. You come and live together. And alongside, you realize that there's this coldness, there's this dryness that sets in. And then, you are kind of not enjoying the companionship anymore. You enjoy one another, but then it becomes enduring because now you're already married. And so you are expected to stay in. But then, what actually brought you in, or your expectation on your wedding day, how you saw that wonderful man, how you saw that wonderful, beautiful woman, and what you expected, your expectation in the marriage is that what you started is going to continue. But then alongside, you realize that it's not like as it seems. There is always some dryness, there's always some separation here and there. What do you think about this thing? What do you think are the causes of these things?
Thank you for the question. To address this question, I would like to say that marriages are supposed to be built on friendship, solid friendship. Okay. And I want to stress this again. Most of the time, people think marriages survive on love. I say love because the kind of picture we have in mind about love is not what God is talking about. Love is your decision to be there and to willingly give yourself, your time, your energy, your wealth, everything to the person. But you see, most of the time, the friendship doesn't happen. What I see, as you are saying, that the relationship tends to be boring, or the affection is no more there, because instead of friendship, they are now living like neighbors. A husband and wife live like neighbors instead of being friends. Okay. That is what is happening.
But you call two words, friends and neighbors. Who is my friend and who is my neighbor?
To answer this question, Jesus gave us a parable about the Good Samaritan. Mm-hmm. Jesus said that the Good Samaritan came to the place where the man was hurt. Okay. First thing, he had pity. Okay. Secondly, he helped. Brought the man to an inn and took care of the man. Okay. But in this story, it is as if the Good Samaritan character is wonderful. But I want to tell you that something can be better than even the character of the Good Samaritan, because the Good Samaritan was a neighbor. Okay. Now, in the story, only the Samaritan was doing all the help. The giving, the assistance, the caring, the support was just from the Good Samaritan. And that is what happens when marriages change from friendship to being endurance, as you said. It is just one person doing all the support. It's one spouse doing all the time giving, while the other is just always at the receiving end. Then the relationship has changed from friendship to being neighbors.
So how do I know my husband is a friend? Who is a friend?
A good
or am I being a good friend to my husband? I want to be both sides also.
A good reference in the Bible is the story of David and Jonathan. In relationship, for a friendship to be, there must be mutual affection and mutual agreement. In relationship, for the relationship to survive, for the marriage to survive, there must be equality. So when there's equality, then there's friendship. When there's inequality, then there is what? We have neighbors. When one is high and one is low, then we have what? Neighbors. For the marriage to survive, not just survive, for the marriage to thrive, to be enjoyable, both parties must be equal. They must see themselves equal. There must be agreement. There must be mutual understanding. There must be companionship. One should be able to express himself or herself without a fear of judgment from the other person. The other person should be able to forgive. If you are not ready to forgive, then you are being a neighbor. Because a neighbor is somebody you stay with or stay nearby. When you find yourself together in the same bed or in the same home, but then you don't agree, or then one person is doing all the giving and the other person, then you are just neighbors. Though you are supposed to be married, but you are neighbors. Because a neighbor will not care what happens to you. You know, except maybe at best the neighbor will have pity when you are hurt.
In marriages, these characteristics has to be seen, like this: spending time, having companionship, having love towards one another, understanding one another, having the same vision, forgiving one another. And what I love most is what you said about being yourself, where you can express yourself without the fear of intimidation or without the fear of being judged. That you don't have to always be pleasing the other person, but you can be yourself. Then there's a friendship. Wow, this is really nice. I really am enjoying it.
Marriage is not a force.
Okay.
Neighbors are forced to stay together. When you are living in a house and somebody comes to live next door, whether you like the person or not, you are forced to stay with the person becomes your neighbor. You don't have a choice. But in marriage, you have a choice. In friendship, you have a choice. If I want you as my friend, and you don't want me as your friend, we can never be friends. At best, we can be neighbors. I'll always be coming close to you, but you will always be going away. Then we are what? Neighbors. But you have a choice. So in friendship, there must be a choice. Okay?
Marriages, we choose one another.
Marriages, we choose one another. And friendship, we choose one another.
So then, teacher, what you are saying is that the beginning, that passion, that feeling, that you are saying that marriage cannot only be built on feeling, or marriage has to be built on friendship. So if marriages are to be built on friendship, it's only friendship alone that can actually sustain the marriage and bring the best out of it. What are the things that we have to look at? What are the things that actually kill friendship? So that we'll be careful not to do those things to our spouses or to bring that into our marriages in order not to destroy that friendship, that relationship that we have.
The number one thing is inequality. When you don't see yourselves as equal, when there is jealousy, when there is separation, you always want to do your thing alone, the other person wants to do his or her thing alone. There is this, you move from friends to become neighbors. Also, greed. If you want to have it all, and the other person should not have it, then it becomes what? Not friends, rather neighbors. Again, selfish. If you become selfish in the relationship, where your interest is always on the top, and the other person's interest should be down, then you become neighbors instead of being friends. I mean, the story goes on. Hatred. If you can't forgive your spouse or your partner, you move from being friends to neighbors.
Okay, that is interesting. Guys, I hope whilst the teacher is talking, we are doing some assessment. Ladies, like I always say, we are the shakers and the movers of the things. sometimes the men, because of their workload and stuff like that, they tend to become neighbors without even noticing. We need to help them to be friends. We need to go with them to them with questions. And we need to open the door of affection. If you are my friend, I don't compete with you. If you are my friend, I don't envy you. If you are my friend, I'm not jealous of your progress. If you are my friend, I always want to hear about you. I always want to hear good news. I always want to hear how far you are going. And that is what has to be seen in relationships. You always check on one another. You always want to promote. Actually, you want to promote the vision of the man. And so, please, let's do some assessment here and see where we find ourselves. I mean, the stages in which our marriages are. Either we are in the stage of friendship or we are in the stage of neighbor. Please, we don't want to be neighbors. We want to be friends. I want you to be my friend. Yeah. And so please, if your husband is not your friend, if you cannot chat with your husband at will, or your husband cannot come to you and chat with you and laugh with you and have conversation with you, then there's a work to be done. So we want to leave you with this, and we want to thank God for everything that He's doing in our lives. Like I always say, ladies, ladies, you know, some ladies are still out there struggling to get a man. And so, if God has been gracious enough for you to have one man for yourself in your home, please, let us build up the friendship. Let us build a relationship from neighbor to friends. And let's keep it going so that we can enjoy one another. We don't have to enjoy our relationship. We must enjoy them. Because these men are very enjoyable if you know how to go around them. And so, please, let's assess ourselves. We have heard the characteristics of a neighbor and the characteristics of a friend. Just sit down and assess your marriage. Are you in a state of a neighbor or are you in a state of a friend? If you are in a state of a neighbor, you look out for the things that need to be fixed to bring that friendship back, that relationship, that compassion back, so that you don't live like you are being drawn into the marriage because already you are married and people expect you to stay in the marriage, or you have kids and you are expected. It's like neighborhood. It's like location. You are being forced to be in that place because of kids or because you are expected to, or a position or something. But you are in your marriage because you really want to be with this man. You really want to be with this woman. You love this woman. You can't do anything without having companionship or that relationship with this person. And so tonight, just let's do some assessment. Guys, you have a lot of greater responsibilities than the woman, because the Bible says you are our head. And the head is the one that directs the family. You go and we follow. You bring out your dreams and your ideas and we follow. So if you see there's coldness and there's dryness, that's what you have produced, and this is what we are giving back to you. So please do some check-ins and do some comparison and contrast and see where you are falling, you are becoming a neighbor, and try and turn around and be a friend. Your wife needs you, your husband needs you to be a friend, and your kids need to see you guys as friends. They are looking up onto us, and we are building them. The Bible says we should teach them the way of the Lord. If we fail to bring these children up, they also take it into their homes, and we don't want to do that. So tonight, we thank you so much for being with us. We bless God for your lives, and we thank you, and we do appreciate you, and we know that you are going to help us share this video. And please write us as always, call us, tell us what you think, and if there's any question you want us to address, you are free to leave your question. And as always, this has been
Dr. and Mrs. Dodoo, the teacher. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Until you come your way next time, it's all love from us. And they do this. Bye-bye.